So we have a lot of neat equipment these days. You know, this stuff is really advanced, especially in the archery end of things. And when I say that, I mean both, traditional archery, compound bows, and crossbows, especially crossbows. The technology on these things is really advanced. However, with technology, we get lulled into a sense of almost like being Superman, that we can do anything. And obviously we cannot. Although these new crossbows are blazing fast, this 10 point I'm shooting here, 470 feet per second. And when you shoot it out there at the practice range, you're shooting longer distances, you're hearing that thing just pop when it hits the target, and you're getting extraordinary accuracy at longer distances. But in hunting situations, you know that's not always the case, that on a living, moving deer, that you have to be really careful, not only with shot placement or when to shoot, if the deer's alert, if the deer's got his head down. You have to pay attention to the subtle things. And for me, when I set up ground blinds before the season, like we're doing today, I got to be doubly sure that nothing is going to deflect my shot, because it happens. We are sitting over a food plot here that got overgrown with a lot of weeds last fall. I'm gonna go out there with my Outdoor Edge Brush Demon, and I'm just gonna clean out enough shooting lane to my range. And for me, it's 40 yards. I know I can shoot this thing a lot farther than that, but I'm still bow hunting. I try to keep them within 40 yards. I'm gonna clean out 2 spots that I know if a deer's in here feeding, I've got a nice clean shot. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pretend like I'm hunting, get it up, crossbow's up, and when I'm looking through that scope, if a deer's standing out there, I'm not gonna know, but I know that I've got a spot here maybe 4 or 5 feet wide, one right there. I'm gonna go through this window, 4 or 5 feet there, and that's where I'm gonna start. It's no different than if I'm hunting up in a tree stand, making shooting lanes, through saplings and, overgrowth and brush, stuff like that. I have to do that in food plots too, because the second it happens to you, you're going to kick yourself that you didn't, because a little stem like that can deflect an arrow and lead to a poor shot or absolutely a clean miss. So keep that in mind when you're hunting from the ground. Make sure that you have nice, clean shooting lanes to those food plots and open areas. Today we're looking at the RS470 from 10 Point, a premium crossbow, a very unique looking crossbow. This is the reverse draw design that you've seen popularized within the crossbow industry. And there's 3 things about reverse draw technology that really helps these crossbows stand out above the crowd. Number 1 is the power stroke. It's a 17-inch power stroke. That power stroke allows this crossbow to engage the nock for a longer period of time, which really increases accuracy and tightens your groups. Another thing is you get more speed with less draw weight. That's a big advantage, especially when you look at these crossbows to ones that just came a couple years ago. That design is what enhances that feature. And the third thing is the compact design. These crossbows, okay, this one with all the bells and whistles on it, it's about 8 pounds. That's not super heavy when you consider how small this crossbow is. And don't be fooled, a small crossbow is especially beneficial tight spaces, ground blinds, if you're hunting near cornfields or tight brushy areas, tree stands. So many things you can do with these crossbows that you can't do with the ones that are much longer. And of course, with 10 Point, there's so many other benefits built into these crossbows. You really got to go to your dealer and check them out. The nice thing about 10 Points is you can test one out for free at your local dealer, and especially check out all the features at 10pointcrossbows.com.